Hey there, mamas. Well, I have a special guest with me today. Let me adjust my camera. I have a special guest with me today because somebody woke up from their nap and I was like, well, I can't just leave you hanging out in the living room while I go do a video. So this is where it's at right here. Anyway, I wanted to jump on today to share with you my third tip about living a refreshed, positive, joyful mama life. And if you followed me for the last couple days, which I can't believe it's day 3, by the way, I'm like, wow, where is the time going? But if you have caught on and tuned in for the last few days, you saw that the first day we talked really about, creating a schedule for ourselves, really being intentional with our time, knowing what our days are going to look like, knowing what our weeks are going to look like so that we can try to plan and prepare as best as possible. Yesterday I jumped on and I talked about personal development and really nourishing our souls and our minds and just trying to become better. Today, I really wanted to jump in and talk about cultivating real, authentic friendships. If you're like me, finding real, authentic friendships can be very, very hard. And I think there's a couple reasons why. And I took some notes because this has been very heavy on my heart. And if you follow me on social media, I talk a lot about this. But I think there's a few things that hold women back from creating real, authentic relationships. But I think that these are things that we can all overcome together. So the first thing that I think holds women back from creating real, lasting, true friendships is the fact that we are in a very social media driven society. And we follow these big influencers and we follow other mamas, or maybe we even just follow another mom from church or, a neighbor. And we compare ourselves to these other women. And when we play this comparison game and we're like, boy, so-and-so's kitchen is always clean and like her house is immaculate and my house always looks like junk and I can't get my life together, then we start playing these comparison games and then it makes us feel bad and it makes us push away from other people, or it makes us hold people up to a higher standard than what they even know that they are. Like we're holding them up like Susie's house is so clean and it's immaculate. So we assume that life must be so perfect for Susie because everything looks perfect, right? And so that's one of the things I think that really holds women back from being in an authentic relationship with another woman. Just the fact that we compare ourselves to one another. Another thing that I've noticed just from talking with women and even in my own life is the fact that we guard our hearts, especially because there have been women in our lives that have hurt us. I'm talking like maybe there's women that you work with and they're always gossiping or they're catty and there's all these negative portrayals of women that you see on TV, like in any media, i.e. Real Housewives. You can catch any Real Housewife and see how negative and how backstabbing and how, just catty that they are with one another. And I think that really turns us off to having a true friendship with someone and gives us the impression that every person is going to be like that every woman we meet is going to be like that. Another thing that I think keeps us back from having true, real relationships with other women is the fact that we are not confident in ourselves. We tend to pick ourselves apart more than other people pick us apart. And when we're not confident in who we are as a woman, as a mom, as a human being, then we tend to shy away from other people because we're afraid that people are going to pick apart our flaws. Right? And where we see flaws, other people might not see flaws, but we project that on other people and think, oh man, Susie is going to see my hair's disheveled. I didn't shower today. I've been running around after the kids and I'm a mess. And so she's going to think I'm just a mess, right? Or this is something that I've noticed, and I've been like, we got to stop doing this, is the fact that we as moms, as women, we call ourselves hot messes all the time. We'll be like, I'm Hot Mess Express today, or girl, you don't even know, I'm just over here living this hot mess life. We have to stop. Right? Because we're projecting that upon ourselves. We are speaking that over our lives. And I'm really big into like what we say manifests out into the world, right? What we say, whether what we think or whether we speak out loud, it manifests into the universe. It manifests into the spiritual realm. And, you know, in the Bible, it talks about that there is power of life and death in our tongue. And so if we are going to start with cultivating friendships and relationships, we have to start with us, which means we have to start being more positive with ourselves. We have to start owning our own confidence. We have to start owning the fact that we are not perfect and that we are not supposed to be perfect, and start looking for real and genuine friendships with other women who aren't perfect. Because if we're all perfect, then how can we lift each other up? How can we encourage each other? How can we love on one another when we're just sitting here thinking like, well, so-and-so's got it together, so she doesn't need my friendship, or then we like don't associate with them because we think they got it all together. They don't need us. And I think the last thing that I've noticed is the fact that we are afraid to be vulnerable. And that keeps us from so many deep, meaningful relationships. When we are afraid to open up, to let people in, and it goes back to guarding your heart, right? If we've had people that have hurt us in the past, then we are really scared to go out there and to be vulnerable with people. But let me share this with you, my friend. We can be vulnerable and still guard our hearts. How do we do that? You have to associate with people who are like-minded. You are not dumb, right? I am not dumb. You are not dumb. We are smart. We're intelligent. We have like our spirit can sense when there are people around you who are fake, who are phonies, who are talking about someone else to you. You know right then and there, those aren't people that you want to hang out with. So if we start associating ourselves with like-minded people, with people who are positive, with people who want to see change in their lives and aren't afraid to move forward and go get that change, even if it's hard, right? People who encourage you, people who love you, no matter if you have faults. We all have faults. Nobody is perfect. But we have to be able to look and notice those people around us who are positive, who are inspiring, who are encouraging, and we need to find more people like them. And if you can't find them, right, if you don't have people in your life that are like that, go out and find some, right? That's why I love doing groups like this and having these communities, is because we get together and we get to be better together, because who wants to be better alone? I want to be better, and I want to encourage a whole tribe of ladies to get better with me. And we have such a unique and beautiful opportunity in these groups, in these settings, to do that. And if you need that extra support, then please reach out to me. I would love to connect you with ongoing things that I like to do. But this is important. This community, this is important. This helps us. And we have to be able to be real. We have to be able to just stop faking the funk and to say, this is me. I'm not perfect. I'm struggling in this area, and finding women who are better in that area, who can say, listen, this is what I've done, try this, or who can give you tips, or who can love on you, right? If it's like finding a mentor, finding someone who is able to speak into you so that you can become better, and really, really being vulnerable and honest and open and saying, I need help. I'm looking for a community of women who want to be better, who want to be positive, who want to say, I don't want to be unglued anymore. I want to live a joyful, peaceful, happy life while we're here on this earth. But it has to start with you. It has to start with me. And then we have to be able to go out and to find these women, because they're out there. Trust me, they're out there. Okay. Let's make sure, I think that's it. I think that's it. But there's one last thing that I did want to share. If you do have people in your life who are not encouraging you, who are not inspiring you, who are literally sucking the energy out of your life, like you know that if you talk to this person, like your heart starts palpitating, your mouth starts to get dry, you do not want to talk to this person because you know every time you do that they're gonna just suck the breath out of you. It's time to find new friends. It's time to, and you can love them. I'm not saying don't love them, and I'm not saying you got to cut the cord completely, but I am going to say this. We are the sum of the 5 closest people that we hang around. That's a loose quote, but it's from Jim Rohn. If you want to look it up, it's from Jim Rohn. But it's basically saying we are the sum of the 5 people that we associate with the most. So if all you hang out with is negative Nancy's, if all you hang out with is petty Patties who are always talking about folks or backstabbing baddies and all those people, then it's time to cut the reins and say, I love you, but I got to love you from farther away. I got to love you from a distance because I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to get this right. I'm trying to get my heart right. And I'm trying to be a better mom. If you're hanging around with moms who are always complaining about their kids, they're always complaining about their husbands, they're always complaining about their work people, you got to get better. And we got to get better by changing who we associate ourselves with, okay? But it's possible to create cultivating and lasting and real friendships, but you got to be real. You got to be vulnerable, and you got to be willing and open to look for other people in your life who are going to encourage you and inspire you. Okay, I got all fired up on this video because it's one of my things that I love talking about because I just love people, and I think we all deserve to just walk in victory. So if you have any comments, please drop them below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you cultivate true and real and lasting friendships. And I hope you guys are enjoying the devotionals. Day 3 was really great today. Even though I don't have older kids, I completely can relate it to my own life with a 1-year-old. So hope you guys are enjoying it. If any questions come up, please feel free to message me or comment in the group. Love you, and we will see you later. Bye-bye, ladies.